What's good, everybody? This is Y and Z, a conversation between the generations. Which generations, may you ask? Well, it's all in that equation. Generation Y, represented by yours truly. Jay Clark is the name. The other half that equation, Gen Z, the special ones, represented by Xavier D. Lewis. We welcome you. Thank you for any time you are spending with us today. Like, share, subscribe. Youngblood, how are you this week?
Great people, great people. You know, you might think that February is just for Valentine's Day, just for the Super Bowl. Maybe even think, Black History Month. We love it. Here in New Orleans, depending on the calendar, February is Mardi Gras season. And we are in full swing, baby.
Which means you've been out there
Bro,
sinning and being a heathen and all
no,
kinds
no, no,
of
no, 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 no,
worldly
no, no, no,
desires.
no, 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 no. Just really enjoying the festivities. The parades are amazing. If you've never been to New Orleans for Mardi Gras, make your way down here.
I actually need to
No
one
hate,
time.
no hate on Mobile. Mobile originators, whoop de doo, all of that. They ain't New Orleans.
I actually
Come
need
to
to make
New
that trip one
Orleans.
time. I have never.
Let me tell you what you need to do. You need to do the day this episode drops. You need to do the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Leave on that Wednesday.
Are you
That's
still
7 days.
alive? Are you still alive? 7 days is a lot of time, especially in this upper age I'm getting to, bro. I'm good for a weekend.
That's 7 days is a
Good for
lot.
a
If you
weekend.
want to do a abbreviated version, just come in on that Saturday. Do Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Leave on that Wednesday. You'll get everything you need to get.
Hmm. Okay.
Some people got it messed up. They think you got to be here for 2 weeks. You ain't got to be here for 2 weeks. You do just 1 week. I'm telling you.
2.5 weeks.
That Thursday. Yeah, man. Some people are, I kid you not, some people are at the hotel. They are checking in for like 20 days,
Oh, they
10
going
days,
hard. They going
14 days.
hard. They got jobs.
Retired.
Ah,
Retired.
I see. Yes, enjoying that good
Mhm.
life where we all hope to get to one day. Oh, like, share, subscribe once
That's
again.
that pension money coming through.
We got a long road ahead of us. Mine's a little shorter, hopefully, but in this current economy, who knows? But anywho, let's get into that big event that happened over the weekend that I absolutely was not looking forward to in any way, shape, or form, which was
The Needle Bowl.
this year's Super Bowl, which was, yes, all about Bad Bunny. Like, that was the only
Redeeming
highlight
quality. If we
because
just
that
being real.
that game was trash. The commercials were trash. Conversation around it all was trash. But at least we got Bad Bunny.
You know, let's just, because I know we don't normally talk sports, but let's just go there for a second. I'm not mad at a game that's heavily defensive. I'm not mad at that. I was like, okay, this is a tight game. But come on, guys. That game right there. What was this? Just Thursday night football on Prime?
That's the thing. You're not mad at a defensive game when you're seeing a defense really step up and stop a
Yes.
good offense. There was no good offense in these games.
That's
Sam
exactly
Darnold
what it was.
has won a Super Bowl. Sam Darnold.
I need people to realize this. I need people to get this. That game was just a big no. I didn't like it. I like I said, were there redeeming qualities from like the football game? Yeah, I mean, I guess you could show it film for just like, oh, this is what a good defense looks like. But anything offensive, bro, it was just poop.
I ain't never seen so many balls go through hands in a Super Bowl.
I said there has somebody done hoodoo voodoo these Patriots because
Seattle,
the ball was going through their hands.
just right. Wasn't they? Were they the best throws? No. Were some of them
No, let's
garbage?
also talk about May, bro.
Yes.
Like,
Some of them were
bro
garbage, but
sold
some of
the
them
whole
throws
game.
was
He
like,
sold the whole game. Like, I'm not a betting man. I don't like to leave my money up to those, at least not a sports betting man. But if I were and I had bet money on May to do well in that game,
ain't
I
no, ain't.
would have been pissed.
I would have questioned your logicalness and your sanity if you really would have put some money on Drake May. Like, sir, what were you smoking if you wanted to make that decision is the question.
smoking. Somebody must have been shooting up in the veins, bro. Because it was ridiculous, man. I don't. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. Oh, we need to go back to the days of conspiracy within the NFL about the deflated balls. I'm not saying we need to go back to
Nah.
that. But I'll say this: at least they provided a good storyline for the game.
I mean, no, it's just a matter of unfortunately this is one of the matchups. Unless you was a fan of either team, you didn't want that. I mean that
You
MAGA
didn't have a
crowd
dog in
did
the
kind
fight.
of want the Patriots because they're trying to turn it. But anywho, since you kind of opened this up talking about things like Black History Month and whatnot, let's talk about that moment we got because of Black History, aka Bad Bunny and his halftime show performance, which of course we all know it was great to see, which I hadn't seen in years, the in living color clips from their halftime performance
Yeah.
back in the early 90s, which essentially inspired the NFL to go get Michael Jackson to essentially create what
Right.
we now know as the modern Super Bowl halftime performance. So again, Black History. And even though it wasn't black, it was black. And I was not mad at Bad Bunny putting on for all of Puerto Rico and all the islands. And I didn't understand a word he said, but it don't matter
Let me tell you something.
because he
This is what
went
I was just
off.
telling somebody yesterday. I didn't understand a word he said, and I still understood everything he was trying to say.
Still a fire performance. Still a fire performance. You got the visuals. I understood. Like,
The people who are complaining about not understanding Spanish, guys, I need you to stop being so shallow for a second and look at what he was trying to say.
the visuals
Because
are right there.
regardless of understanding the words that's coming out of his mouth, the message was clear.
That one portion where he walking towards the camera with the billboard behind him and all the flags. I didn't need to understand what the man was saying, but I could tell he was telling America off. Message.
Bro, just literally the whole setup of that Super Bowl. It felt so homey. Like, of course, I'm not from Puerto Rico, but in my head, I'm like, this must be what it feels like if I was from there. The whole
Man,
field turning into like his environment, his community.
took you to the island. He
Bro,
literally
it
took
was
you to the
so
island.
good. I said in my head, I'm like, let me book me a flight right now.
Man, that was block party vibes. That was
Yes.
backyard cookout. That was neighborhood good times. Just all the different people that you would see there representing, the PR and that background and very multitude shades of brown, which was beautiful to see. And just like that took me
He
back to high
gave
school
us
days when reggaeton was big.
Ricky Martin.
I heard, getting them good reggaeton vibes. Like that's the music scene I grew up when we had them different types of sonics and sounds and a little more diversity in cultural sonics in the mainstream.
Exactly.
This is that pure crack though. Bad Bunny giving you that pure where we had that kind of that watered down for the mainstream vibe, which okay, but Bad Bunny giving you that pure crack and yeah, that joint was hitting. Like that was a fire performance.
It really
Fire.
was. I say this all the time, but and let's just talk about that first scene. You had Cardi, you had Pedro Pascal almost playing side roles as dancers. Like,
Jessica Alba.
who's just got those names as they're not doing really anything? It's just kind of just vibing.
They're
Cardi had a little
just
moment
there for the
there.
fun. There for the fun.
Exactly. Exactly.
I like. Um, and the failure of
Have,
the other side is hilarious. The
oh,
failure of that other side is hilarious.
did,
Like
I ref,
pre-taped mess. Like
do you know what's also even funnier?
what?
Watching their supporters defend it.
Delusional, man. Delusional. Like they
Watching
grasping
their
for anything.
supporters defend that their halftime esque thingy was needed. They said, oh, this just provides greater opportunity for it, just provides a good alternative. There's no need to put on another Super Bowl halftime show. All you have to do is turn off the one if you don't like it. There's no need for another one to take place.
So
You
here's
don't
what.
like what's being played? You know what you do? Put it on mute and turn on some music. You don't get another halftime show
So
and name it a halftime show.
here's what's a little hilarious about this, and a little hypocrisy on all sides here. It's hilarious how you just saying that right there, talking about you don't need another when I can't blame him for that feeling necessary because that's been a feeling we've had for a long time. Oh, we will do our own thing, a la Soul Train, a la a channel like BET. So I get the sentiment because ideally, when we were talking about, yes, we need these things because we're not getting this representation elsewhere, they kind of gave those things, well, you don't need the, but I think what's funny here is hearing that from them now. And it's like, but you have always had the alternatives and y'all are salty for one moment that it ain't about you.
One moment, my guy. One moment. Green, and let me just say, because I watched the whole thing. Green Day opened up. Green Day was amazing. They put on a fire performance.
Green Day, it is going over their heads. Green Day is literally performing American Idiot. If you don't know, you need to find out what that song is about.
Green Day killed it. And my God, Charlie Puth. I can't put him up there with Whitney. But if Whitney was the 50-yard line, I'd put Charlie at about the 35, the 40, maybe.
Ooh, that's kind of high.
Charlie is a great music, but I'm real big on Charlie Puth though.
I ain't mad
He is a
at it.
great musical mind to me. I don't feel like he overdid. I think he played to his strengths. He has perfect pitch, and he's always a tone kind of person. What you guys heard from him singing was not auto tone. I promise, auto tune. It was not. That's just the man's voice.
He didn't fuck it up. Let's put it that way.
Exactly. And in a world where people often do that, especially with the national anthem, it was refreshing.
Coco was
It's
listening to
sad that
Coco.
that's where the bar is, but that's where the bar is.
I missed the black hit. I missed the national black anthem, just because we got to, by the time of when we got there and how early they. So I missed Coco, but nice tribute
I
for her
miss
with the
Coco
styling
too,
to it.
man.
But can we? It's a sad day when even the Super Bowl commercials couldn't save the game. Them commercials were trash, man.
I didn't like them. I mean, some very interesting talking points from some of them, like this the Vetco commercial, Svetco commercial with like the AI drinking and all that kind of stuff. The robot. I mean,
I feel like there were a lot of subtle things in some of these commercials. Cause yeah, a lot of AI stuff, a lot of crypto stuff. And then
yeah.
there was even that Ring commercial, which I think literally was like a dog whistle to an extent. Low key. I don't think that one was
Oh, I saw
really
that. Yeah, that
at
one.
all.
I was paying very close attention to the
Yeah.
commercials, and I was just like, guys, are. I think back to that episode when we watched like previous Christmas commercials. The era of commercials is gone, or like good commercials. I'll put it like that,
I'm
like creative commercials, commercials that bring joy. Or just like whole marketing campaigns, ad campaigns that is supposed to invoke that get me up, upbeat kind of mindset, or like a humorous point. Where's the funny M&M commercial or
I'm
something off the top of their heads or. Guys, we literally, not to be on like the trend kind of thing here, but we literally have a whole trend on TikTok right now where everybody and their mama is trying to create these jingles for these companies that don't have one. And we didn't get like any recognition of that at the Super Bowl.
so
If you
one
want to play it to your younger audience,
so one, as we've talked about, I think just in general, we're in a shifting age. What was needs is changing, and we're not quite sure what it is. Nobody's comfortable with it yet. And yes, I think it's fine. We're getting to the point some of these things, these eras of what we have been used to are over. And that sucks in a way, but I think we have to be open to what the new things can become. It's just nobody has quite hit it right, and we're in that weird toggle space. And then yeah, it's funny because we talked about living color, kind of, Black history, and there's already TikToks not mocking, but essentially recreating in a sketchy way Bad Bunny's halftime performance, and the thought hit me. It's like everybody is literally doing their own parody in a way of SNL and TikTok. I mean, not TikTok, but
yes.
in Living Color and Chappelle's show or on all these sketch shows, essentially with their own TikTok interpretations, and it's just like that's too damn much.
Yeah. What happened to the, I'm telling, and don't get me wrong, I think like in previous years, it gave us the realization that, okay, if I really want to do this in my life, I better be the doggone best at it because there's limited seats at the table for it. Let's just say I did want to be a sketch writer or, somebody who comes up with sketch for Hollywood or something like that. I better be doggone good at it
You
because
needed
there ain't a lot of
credibility.
shows that do it.
Credibility. You needed credibility
Correct.
to get to where you wanted to be.
Correct. Now And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that the talent is any different. Well, I mean, some of them is just straight
Sometimes,
trash.
some of it, yeah.
But I get, everybody's like, oh yeah, let's just do away with the table. But do we? Come on, do we really need that?
No, because it's cheapening everything. If
Exactly.
everybody is
We
doing the
lose
improv thing
the
of the sketch right away, like it's like okay, again, it further intrudes on anything truly being able to last or go forward, and then it's like it kills the professional spoof. The professional spoof used to be something.
bro. We're sitting here celebrating 100 years of Black History Month, and it doesn't get to 100 years off the backs of people who only did things by themselves or were only affirmed by themselves. They were affirmed by credible individuals that then gave themselves credibility to do the things that they were going to do. Whether that was credibility from their own community or whether that was credibility later down the line from the white man. Whoever they had credibility. You could not take it away from them. I don't think people understand. You take away TikTok, you take away a lot of people's credibility. You take away social media altogether, you take away their credibility. Without that, they're nothing. That's sad. You can't, like, let's just say times get hard. Social media one day is no longer doing what it's doing. You actually got to go get a job. You can't put your views on a resume. You know what
Well
I'm
said,
saying?
sir. Well said. It is Y and Z, a conversation between the generations. I'm not going to step in that hole too much because we are here kind of trying to do that same thing. But anywho, let's have a little fun before we get out of here. Since as you mentioned, it's Black History Month, and we had the Super Bowl. We got Mardi Gras going on, and this weekend, it of course is that big Super Bowl of love, better known as the NBA All Star Weekend. No, 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 I'm playing.
A lot of lot
Valentine's
of
Day.
November babies coming up, huh?
So curious. I am curious. I wanted to ask the youngin, what are some of the biggest influences in your shaping of love and romance? Like, who painted that picture? What painted that picture? Just what are some of the things that really helped shape young Xavier Lewis's player playbook, so shall we say?
Man, I'll start off kind of simple here and why it's so important that we have black men, black women on television. Man, mainstream media. Seeing black men and women on TV shows love each other, seeing the Martin and the Gina, seeing, or more specifically, because I'm more goofy. Jay, Kyle, my wife and kids, right?
Hmm.
I love that shit. Like, just seeing black couples on TV that framed so much of what I know as love and how do I want to treat a wife or like what I want out of a family on a more personal level. My mom and my dad, my mom and my dad, 24 years ago now, been married for 24 years. And my grandparents, my granddad's 92, my grandma 85. They've been together for over 55 years. Like
Mm.
those examples have shown me like so much. And not that they were just all kind of lovey-dovey or whatever like that with each other, but just the simplicities of love. Like you take care of me as the man, I'll provide for the house and the family, for, as the woman, all that kind of stuff. Like just the simplicities of it all. I love it, man. Those are some of the biggest influences to my love life today.
I'm definitely kind of right there with you. Yeah, first step is definitely the parentals. Pops and mom. And their marriage, and then you had right behind them the grandparents. They went for almost 55. Before just age.
Right.
Even relationships that my aunts had with their husband and stuff. Whatever, you pick up little things from that, of course. And so yeah, that's that kind of natural. You see those on a more regular basis type of thing. Yeah, a little bit from TV shows, a little bit, not too much, but it is nice to see depictions on screen. But definitely for me, a big part is the songs I would listen to. A lot of,
Oh
I'm a
man,
slow jam specialist at heart, and so yeah, especially coming up to middle
let's
school and
just
high
we can stay
school,
right there for a minute. We can stay
yeah,
right
them,
there.
them songs would paint that picture. Oh, this is what it's supposed to be, or this how it's supposed to go.
Let's talk. Like I'm a little concerned for upcoming generations and their. I feel like my generation being raised by Gen Xers and above. I don't think any of my generation has millennial parents. I
Mm-mm.
don't think so. But being raised by Gen Xers and above, we inherently were given that old school music. We had to listen to it because when our parents wanted to listen to their Saturday morning slow jams or whatever like that, that's what they put on. We had to get put on to it because we couldn't choose what else we wanted to listen to. So we were passed along it. What do you think that's going to happen with our children? Do you think it's going to keep getting passed on?
It's harder because, like, for example, with my own son right now, he's so used to being able to get, in terms of his content and the things he wants to consume when he wants, when he, what he wants, when he wants. But that's also the world he's seen and how I play my music in a way. It's I'm always able to listen to the songs just because I don't listen to radio like that. I got my own playlists and I'm playing the music I want to play with. Um, Also, they're just not creating the same stuff. Like I remember a song like Luther Vandross's "Can I Take You Out?" Like, oh, that's the game plan. Take a little bit of that. Little when I was in middle school, some Dave Hollister. Take
Bro,
care of home, one woman man, songs like that. And then you also got the throwback stuff that, of course, was put on us, like a song like Lenny Williams, "Cause I Love You," slightly toxic,
the
but oh,
OJs
that's
cry
that's how
together.
that's how you're supposed to feel about your woman. That
The
deeply.
OJs cry together.
Mm.
I'm 16, a freshman in high
Oh,
school.
that messed you up. I
What
know it
what
did.
do I know about laying up with a woman crying with her like that? And I'm see, bro, do you do like? I mean, true love songs. Not only just teaching you the soft, just how kitty love can be, but those love songs were full. Like whether they were like a forgive me, baby love song, or whether this is us working through some hard times, so we loving on each other kind of love song, or whether it was just a, like I just love you and I want to express it in music kind of love song. I mean, we had Love by Music Soul Child, which is just an homage to love altogether.
Or I think, as you kind of brought up some of the younger stuff, I think we had the range. We had the grown male crooners. You had your Luthers, you had your Joes, you had your even as POS as he is now, your Brian McKnights. You had your Anthony Hamiltons, and everybody prior before them. But then you also had some of the younger groups to depict that younger side of love. So I think of like an immature, which later became
Yeah,
IMX, or even a little teeny version with Destiny's Child. Like just the
I
different
mean,
ways
young
it
Chris
looked in the
Brown.
music videos. Like oh yeah, that's oh okay yeah, that's what a date's supposed to feel like. Or that's man, yeah, all them things. It's like
All that it made you, it gave you a. We not only had visual representation, we had auditory representation. We literally had a whole picture painted for us that even if I wasn't the most creative person, I could still at least have a blueprint that could be found within black media.
mm-hmm.
Are we gonna say that 20 years from now? I hate to sound like the old people, but if everything drugs, sex, bounce it, mercy.
Some people gonna have their own personal because everything's personal experience, and there is still some music out there. But that person, on a personal level, you could, which I think is what truly matters at a heart. But I think yeah, you're missing out on that mass example, or that ability to congregate together and be like, oh yeah, we all kind of got that lesson from this or similar vibes from this, and I think that's what's
Shared
really going to
experiences,
miss out.
man.
Yeah,
They
that
are
varied experiences.
fleeting. Shared experiences are fleeting. I think it's it's interesting. I think it's something to be said that if you could ask kind of sort of most Gen Xers or most millennials about what do you think about when you think about the quintessential black family, and they would all probably say the Cosby Show. This is what you thought the quintessential black family was.
At a
You
time.
can't ask my generation that.
What the closest thing we would have, what is Blackish, but people aren't
On television, right? Blackish,
people
maybe.
ain't people ain't gonna resonate with it like that as they did
Nope,
Cosby Show.
not for the Cosby Show. I mean, even in real life, maybe you might want to say, "Oh, I like the Obamas," like but when nobody, because let's be reminded, the presidency back then was about being the president, not being a social media act.
Well, even then, yes, the Obamas were a nice visual representation, like certainly.
Oh, most definitely.
But at this point, been 10 years.
Jesus! It's been 10 years since he's been out of office.
It's been 10 years.
Bro,
It was a wonderful time. I do, yeah. It was wonderful having that
where
consistent
is
image,
the
but
time going?
welcome to getting older. It's Y and Z, a conversation between the generations. The young blood who's finding out he's not so young anymore and is getting up there. That is
That
Gen Z,
is crazy work.
represented by Xavier D. Lewis. I represent those millennials. That Gen Y. Jay Clark is the name. Like, share, subscribe. Hey, let us know what your thoughts were about the Super Bowl. Where you get your kind of what's your background in love and romance and kind of what painted that picture for you? Hey, holler at us, let us know in the comments, shoot it off. You got a question, comments, or even hey, a concern that you want to bring to the people, holler at us and let us know.
Let
And
us
yeah,
know.
we'll catch y'all next time. Stay safe and hopefully we'll get a good check-in of you got any Valentine's Day plans coming up, sir?
Oh
What you
no,
doing?
what is that? What is a
It's
Valentine's
just
Day?
Full Mardi Gras for you. You just yeah, okay.
What
Um,
is a Valentine's Day?
Wifey planning this year, so I got it easy. Oh yeah.
All right now.
Until next time, y'all. Peace.
Peace